Hello, P5 students. This is Miss Claire, and welcome again to another video for our Math 5 lesson. We are now on chapter 8, and it talks about probability and chance. You will learn two lessons: describe and compare likelihood and risk of events, and carry out chance experiment. Okay, P5, are you ready to learn these new lessons? Come on, let's start. Okay, I have here a picture of two children. This is Ralph and Ron. They are holding a spinner. This kind of game is a game of chance. So during our class, we will try to play this game together. Okay? So let's start with lesson 1. Lesson 1 talks about describe and compare likelihood and risk of events. The learning outcomes is to use the right terms to describe and compare events such as likely, unlikely, and equally likely. Recognize events that are equally likely and more or less likely to happen in activities carried out. Look at these pictures. I have here a table. No chance, it means your table talks to you. There is no chance because table cannot talk. You see a seal on your way home from school. Poor chance. So there is a very small chance that this event will happen. Even chance, you flip a coin and it lands on heads. It means even chance because you can have, when you flip a coin, it could be a head or a tail. So there is only two chances. Good chance means you have a higher chances that it will come out, it will occur. You find a butterfly in a garden. Of course, there are lots of butterflies in a garden. So there is a high chance that it will happen. Certain means it will definitely happen. You blink today. Okay, we always blink most of the time, right? So it is certain or definite that it will happen. So when we say there is a poor chance that an event happens, is it likely or unlikely to happen? There is a good chance that an event happens. Is it likely or unlikely to happen? So these are the different kinds of likelihood or chances that we are going to discuss in this video. Okay, I have here a bag with four red apples and two green apples. Mandy picks up an apple from the bag without looking. So, what is the chance of picking up a red or a green apple? The possible outcomes are a red apple or a green apple because there are only apples inside the bag. It is certain or definite or sure that she will pick an apple. There are no pears inside the bag, so it is impossible for Mandy to pick a pear. So that's the difference between certain and impossible. Another, red apples, four apples. Green apples, two. There are four red apples, so Mandy is likely to pick a red apple. When we means likely, it means there is a high chance. Why it is a high chance? Because there are more than red apples than the green apples. Mandy does not like green apples. Is there a high chance for her to pick a green apple from the bag? There is a low chance for her to pick a green apple. Why is it? Because there are only two green apples inside the bag. So there are two green apples, so she is unlikely to pick a green apple, means there is a low chance that she can pick a green apple. There is a high chance that she will pick a red apple. There is a low chance that she will pick a green apple. That's the difference between likely and unlikely. Another, we have what we call even chance. Mandy changes one red apple for one green apple in the bag. So what happens to our green and red apples? They have equal number of red apples and green apples, right? So there is now what we call an even chance or equal equal chance that Mandy will pick a red apple or a green apple. The chance that an event will happen is what we call the likelihood that the event will happen. So again, children, remember when we say even chance or equal chance, there is the same number of materials or objects inside a bag or a box when we pick something out of it. Next, using a scale. Take a look here. Mandy can use a scale to show how likely an event will happen. There is an example. Take a look. We have impossible, unlikely, even chance, likely, and certain. Hitting heads or tails when a coin is flipped. So what do you think is the chance? That is what we call even chance because there are only two chances to get a head or a tail. So they are balanced, they are equal. One chance that we can get a head, one chance that we can get a tail. There's no other event that will occur if we are going to flip a coin. I have here a set of cards. Take a look. Yuki has a set of cards. There are four suits of 10 cards each. So there are four designs, and in each design, there are 10 cards. As you can see, we have 10 black squares, 10 red triangles, 10 black circles, and 10 red rectangles. So there are 20 black cards actually and 20 red cards. Okay, so Yuki draws a card from the set of cards without looking. So there are 20 black cards, correct, and 20 red cards. The black cards are the circles and the squares, and the red cards are the triangles and the rectangles. It is equally likely that she will draw a black or a red card. Yes, because they have the same number of red cards and black cards. So that is equally likely or even chance. There are 30 cards with polygons and there are 10 cards with circle. The 30 cards with polygons are the 10 squares, the black squares, 10 red triangles, and 10 red rectangles. So that is 30 cards with polygons, and of course 10 cards with a circle. So it is more likely to draw a card with polygons than a card with the circles, of course, because there are more cards that are polygons, and it is less likely to draw a card with circles than a card with a polygons, and that's correct. Let's continue. A bag of balls. Suhu picks a ball from the bag without looking. Look at the bag. There are three red balls, and two yellow balls. So there are actually 10 balls inside. She is most likely to pick a red ball. Why is it? Because because the red ball has the highest number inside the bag. She is least likely to pick a yellow ball because there are only two, and that is the fewest number of balls. Okay, another. Okay, let's continue. Lesson B, carry out chance experiments. The learning outcome for this lesson is to conduct chance experiments or simulations using small and large numbers of trials and present and describe the results using the language of probability. Look at this picture. Kaz flipped a coin 10 times and recorded the results. If you toss a coin 10 times, how many times do you expect to get a head? Remember, children, that a coin, there are only two chances. You can either get a head or get a tail. If you are going to toss it 10 times, so how many times do you expect to get a head? So if you know the answer, please share that during our class. Okay. So Kaz used a computer program to model flipping a coin 200 times. What results can she expect? Take a look. So let's discuss that during our class, children. Okay, we have what we call a digital spinner like this. Raihan conducted a chance experiment, so like this. He spun a digital spinner 200 times, so 200 times. He first predicted the results and wrote them in a table. So, color, blue, orange, gray, and pink, the prediction. Take a look. Blue is most likely, orange and gray is equally likely, pink is least likely. So if you observe why blue is most likely, because blue has three. We have three parts there that is blue and that is the highest number. Orange and gray, if we are going to add both of them, two of them, we got four. Four out of eight, that is half of the spinner. That's why it's equally likely. Pink is least likely. Why? Because that is below half. That is only one part out of eight. That is the smallest number of chance in our spinner. Okay. Then Raihan recorded the actual results or frequencies. Take a look. Blue, most likely, imagine that is 200 times she spun the digital spinner. So blue, most likely, is 74 times. Orange and gray, so orange 53 times, gray 51 times. Pink has only 22 times. Raihan's predictions are close to the experimental results. So as you remember earlier, that Raihan has the prediction without spinning first. So if you observe, 74 is actually the most likely. This is correct. When we say equally likely, so that is 100, 200 times. So half of 200 is 100. These two should get at least 100, but 53 plus 51 is 104. It's actually close. Then less likely is below the half. Half of 200 spins is 100. This is below. So that is least likely. So this is because the experiment is repeated many times. So try right-hand experiment yourself, then predict the results, and then spin a digital spinner, compare the results and your prediction. So we can make our own prediction and we can do the experimental results and we will compare that. We will try that during our class. Okay, take a look here, children. Suhu has a bag of 10 colored balls. She picks a ball from the bag without looking. She notes the color of the ball and puts it back. She repeats this 50 times. She records the result in a table. As you can see, the results of the experiment show that she is more likely to pick a red ball, take a look, than a blue ball or a yellow ball. She is likely to pick a yellow ball than a red ball or a yellow ball. As you can see, the red has 26, so it is 26 times. Then 15, the blue is only 15 and yellow. So it's the red ball that is more likely. And the least likely is the yellow balls. Okay, because this is only 9. So most of the balls in the bag are red. So therefore, most of the balls inside the bag are red balls. And the fewest number are the yellow balls. Okay, P5, that's all about Chapter 8, Probability and Chance. I will discuss more about this lesson during our class and we will do some game of chance using a digital spinner or maybe bags with objects inside, okay? Thank you for watching and I hope that you learned a lot in this video. Always remember to stay safe and healthy. God bless everyone and have a great day.